real. Hi, everybody. This is Billy from Bookstore Romance Day, and I want to welcome you all to the 2024 Bookstore Romance Day kickoff party. This is the 6th Bookstore Romance Day, the 5th that we've done virtually because Bookstore Romance Day started in 2019, so you all know what happened in 2020. Thank you all for joining us. There are links in the chat if you want to purchase books. And just to let you know, everyone who has registered to attend tonight will be entered into a drawing to win a credit bundle from our partners at Libro FM. So I think that is all of the housekeeping I need to do for now. Thank you to all of our sponsors and partners who make this possible. And at some point, I will probably drop a GoFundMe link because that also helps us to keep this going and keep these virtual events free for everyone to attend. And now I'm going to turn you over to Prett, who is your host for the evening, and have a great time. Thank you all.
Welcome, everybody. This is really, really exciting. We have a rock star lineup of authors for tonight's kickoff. I'm going to go, I guess, starting from what I see on my screen from like the top left corner, go down and come back up. To our left, we have Sophie Jordan, who is the best-selling author of a number of novels. And I have it down here somewhere. The book that she is going to be promoting. Sophie, if you would please raise your hand and say hi to everybody while Fire in the Sky, coming September 24th. Didn't need to find it.
No problem. Hi.
And then below her in my screen, we have Sarah A. Parker, who is joining us from Australia.
Hi.
Sarah is here promoting When the Moon Hatched, which is, if you haven't read it, you are totally missing out. Yes. Beautiful book, beautiful story. And then in the center, we have Justinian Huang, who is joining us from California. His debut novel came out earlier this year. And you've also told me what the book was, and I should know it off the top of my head.
It's called The Emperor and the Endless Palace.
There we go. Yes, The Emperor and the Endless Palace. And then next to him on my screen, we have Olivia Wildenstein. Yes, Wildenstein, who is joining us from New York, who normally resides in Europe. So we are very lucky to have her here. And I believe we are celebrating the House of Beating Wings.
Yes, release. Yeah. Exactly.
Yes, the House of Beating Wings. And then in my top right corner, we have Amalie Howard, who is with us tonight to talk about her upcoming Romantasy release, which is in January. The cover drop, oh my God, it is gorgeous. The Starlight Air. I believe it's the first in a duology.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Does anybody know what the proper term
now
is?
I need to see this
Duology,
cover.
yeah. Duology.
Duology?
I just had it up. This one.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
beautiful.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love
Avon
that.
really, they nailed it. Nailed it.
Yeah. I had like an idea, like I'd sent you guys questions, but after seeing your cover, I guess I want to talk about covers first because we live in a really visual society. Probably should have asked you guys to have copies of your books on hand, but I'm sure like we can find and drop links.
It's like across the room.
Like on the grab it. Yeah, but Justine, if you want to grab it, like go ahead.
I have to look a little bit.
If you have your phone handy, like you can pull it up on your phone.
Yes, let me look for my phone.
Yeah, so covers are really, really important. I've been reading romance for a very long time, like 3 decades long. So the cover trends have like come and gone, and so I don't pay much attention to them. But even as somebody who's not a cover snob, I'm just amazed at like the details and the beauty in like, especially on like romantic covers. What do you love about your cover? Sophie, since you have yours handy, we'll start with you.
And I was wishing I had, like, they sent me something today. Why am I not better prepared?
That's okay. This was totally off the cuff.
Well, this is the art cover. They sent me actually the finished, and I wanted to so you could actually see on the finished, and I'll probably die for it. So this is the cover of it comes out September 24th, A Fire in the Sky. And it's kind of got a bluish tint to, it's like silvery with a blue tint, as you turn the foil. which
Wow.
it's so funny because someone actually emailed me, like, because readers are very invested in the covers these days and the packages and sprayed edges and everything. They were like, why are your sprayed edges blue? I would think it would have been better red. And I was like, well, okay, let's talk.
Oh,
Sarah. So I was like, you can't see that the foil is actually blue, and that's ties into the sprayed edging. And they were like, okay, I'll believe you if you say so. There
we go.
Thank you, Sarah.
It's all right. My pleasure. My publisher sent me it. Our publisher.
It's so cool.
It's beautiful.
Sarah, what do you love about your cover?
I've just jammed my things back on. What I love about mine, hang on, I'm going to bring up the hardcover here. So I love how, I love the print treatments. I love how it's nice and shiny. But cover in general, just the design. My cover designer, Aubrey, she's remarkable. I just give her chapters or give her the overrun of the story, and then I say, go for gold. And she sends me back magic. Like she hand painted this moon plume.
Wow.
Yeah, I opened the doc to see, you know, what she'd passed me through, and I just cried because it felt like I was stepping into my world. She's just got this magic way of designing, and it's just so cool. It's just amazing what different artists can do these days. It absolutely blows my mind. I'm just forever in awe. So yeah, I love that it feels like stepping into the world that I built.
That's so cool. Justinian, your cover is like colorful and beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
There we
it's
go.
kind of hard to see. There we go.
There we go.
Love
That's
it.
the cover.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Very cool.
My favorite thing, well, two things. One is that it's full of Easter eggs. So as you read the book, like the imagery starts to make more sense, and there's a lot of like little animals on it. Well, actually, there's three things I like about my book. The second thing I like about my book is that it has this very whimsical, like fairy tale quality to it. My book is super spicy, so people are very surprised sometimes. They think they've picked up like some like middle school YA thing, and then they're like, oh my gosh, there's actually steam like within the first two chapters. But my third favorite thing is that Mira Books, who's my imprint, my amazing imprint, they really made a big deal about like letting me have a lot of input about what artists we worked with. And my book is about, it's a queer love story that has roots in China from like 2000 years ago. So they found a young Chinese artist, and this is his first book cover and my first book. So it just was very special for sure. Yeah. And he did an amazing job. I agree. It is, my baby is pretty. So
Yes.
there it is.
Love it.
Yeah. And Olivia?
So my cover did not change all that much. It's funny because they did some cover testing. This was my original cover, so it's mostly the title treatment that changed. And the ones they have right now, I've actually green sprayed edges. I just grabbed the first copy I could find. But I love like the way, even though the title's like reversed, right, for you guys. Anyway.
No, it's good.
It's great.
It's beautiful.
Normal. Okay. But I just like how, like, I don't know, just by the title treatment, they changed the whole thing. But it's true. It's when they tested covers, because mine is about crow shifters, this one still, the original still appealed to people a little bit. I mean, I guess visually it tells the story. You were talking about Easter eggs. It's kind of the same thing. You know, there's the feathers, there's the dripping gold, there's the vines and everything else. So, I mean, it's fairy magic galore, shifter magic.
I love that title, Beating Wings. Like, House of Beating Wings. It's stunning. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amalie?
Okay, I'll hold it up again. So it's called The Starlight Air. It comes out next January. I'm really excited about it. What I love about it is the colors. It's purple, pink. And this creature is actually, in Persian mythology, the Simurgh is, my female main character, her magic manifests as a Simurgh, which is very similar to a phoenix. So in Persian mythology, the Simurgh is a benevolent winged creature, and it usually has the head of a dog, or it could be a human face, and it symbolizes divinity, fertility, wisdom, truth, and immortality. And it's also
Gorgeous.
thought to be the union between the realms of earth and sky. And I really have my editor to thank. She went back about 4 or 5 times just to get this imagery right. And when I saw it for the first time, I screamed because it was so amazing to see something that's kind of in your head, or even if you're looking for representation of art out there, it's very difficult to find. And I think they really did such an amazing job with it. And I'm excited to bring it to the, to readers, because it's, Persian, Indian mythology with some astrology and chiromancy. That's palm reading.
Love that.
That
Thank
sounds
you.
Love
awesome.
that. Love that.
So let's actually talk about your books now. And Amalie, we're gonna continue with you. Like, tell us more about.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the
sure.
Starlight
So
Age.
like I said, it's so inspired by Persian and Indian mythology, astrology and chiromancy, which I said was a palm reading, right? So it's the story of a bladesmith born with the magic of the stars in her blood in a magicless realm, and a prince with a dangerous secret who must fight to save their kingdom against the prophesied return of a ruthless ancient god who's looking to use her power to forge his rebirth and usher in the forces of eternal darkness. So she's known as the Star Keeper, and she must either stand and fight or kneel and die. And I really love that tagline that they put on the end there. But the book is like, it's near and dear to me because I've always loved fantasy. I started writing in young adult fantasy and science fiction. And, it was really great to be able to, move into the adult space because I like the space a lot. And there's quite a bit of this book. And, I also, my background, I also write historical romance. So, yeah, I'm really excited about it because I think it brings something fresh and hopefully new to the page. And I also want to say that I'm such a fan of like all of the people on this panel. So feel really honored to be here.
Me too. When I saw the lineup, I totally fangirled. But I tried to keep it.
Try to keep it cool.
Yes. So Olivia and Justinian have switched spots on my screen. So Justinian, because you're away right now, Olivia, if you wouldn't mind telling us about your book.
So my story is a prophecy that leads a girl, devoid of magic, on a quest across a kingdom to collect, basically on a big treasure hunt, to collect these iron crows. And she collects them. I know you said one sentence. It's a run-on sentence.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be one sentence.
I was like, run-on sentence. Just keep going.
And so basically she collects these iron crows because the prophecy says that if she collects these 5 iron crows, she will become queen of Luz, her kingdom. And she loves the prince. And so she's not exactly sure how it works to get the king off the throne and get the prince on the throne, but she thinks it's the birds. And little does she know that by collecting these iron crows, she's waking up an enemy king to whom Luz once belonged. So then the story starts. The story starts, at the end of book 1. No, it's a big treasure hunt. It's a big quest.
Got it. Wow. Okay. That spawned a spin-off question, but I guess I'll come back to it. Sarah?
So when the moon hatched is we follow a Rave. She's a female assassin in a rebellion group who does not remember her past at all. And she loses someone very near and dear to her at the start of the book. And so she's on a bit of a revenge arc. But through this, she gets captured and incarcerated. And she meets a dragon riding king who is mourning the loss of his long lost love, and through this he is hunting for all the scattered bits of a particular relic of their love, I will say, without giving away too many spoilers. But through the story, it is a story of revenge, it's a story of grief, and sort of and we learn about the past of these 2 people, and it so embarks the story of dragons and action and magic, and love.
Sophie?
My stuff, no. My book is okay, the conceit for it, I guess, was that when I wrote my Firelight trilogy like 10, 12 years ago, I always thought I would maybe like to return to that world, but life goes on, and many, many, many books later, that never happened. But when you're creating a world, my Firelight series was contemporary paranormal. So when I created this world, that it was a dragon shifter contemporary paranormal romance YA, I had like the backstory for them. Like I kind of had to know that, as an author, you have like your story Bible, and you're like, I know all of this stuff, and then it never makes it into your book. So my editor was having a conversation, and she was like, have you ever thought of going back to dragons? And I'm like, well, have I ever? Sure. And then she was like, well, maybe you should think about that, play with that a little bit. And I remember hanging up the phone, and I was like, I'm just going to sit down and start writing. Like, I'm not even like, I already know I have this backstory, like 1,000 years ago, this is how it would have happened, how my dragons came into being. And I'm just going to sit down and start writing. And I grew up reading medieval romance. So it's very like medieval romance vibes, arranged marriage, enemies to lovers, magic, witches, dragons. It's like, and it's going to begin like this. It's going to begin with a whipping girl, like a royal whipping girl, where that is her job, to take the beatings for the royal princesses. And I lifted my head, and it was like 150 pages later, like in 2 weeks. I was like, that doesn't,
Wow.
I mean, God, it's just like hard pulling pages out of me usually these days. It was just, it was like falling in love again. It was all new and exciting. And I was like, okay, well, I think I can do this. And I turned that into my editor, and here we are. Like, happened really quickly, just a little conversation, and then blew up into this. So
love that.
I know that you guys just talked about your books, but then this wasn't the spin-off question, but I guess maybe we can combine them. Microtropes are like one of the hottest things that are being used right now to like convince readers to try new books. And even though you've, like given like your pitch, are there any specific microtropes that people should be aware of? And then do you know how many books will be in your series, or even like a rough idea? And
I have a false love interest microtrope. I don't know if that's a thing. I think back in the day they used to call it just a love triangle, but now it's a little different, because it's not it's really not supposed to be the end game. And there's also like the healing microtrope, like where they take care of each other microtrope, where one is hurt or in pain. Those are and as for the series, I mean, the trilogy is complete. It's just being re-released traditionally right now in print. But I wrote one spinoff, and I'm writing the second spinoff, and I might write a third one, but then it's the end, even though it's quite heartbreaking to say goodbye to the whole cast, because it's so fun to like go back and see them ourselves as authors. I don't know if you guys have that, but it's just like, it's a homecoming every time we go back into your world. But then it's time for a new adventure.
Justinian, I think you said you missed telling us like your tagline.
I was like, oh, I really hope I turned off the mute. I'm at my mom's house, and I was frantically looking for her copy of my book, but here it is.
Those edges.
I know. She gets one of these
beautiful,
rare edges.
Wow,
So
gorgeous.
Love it.
The book. So my book is a romantasy thriller that spans 2,000 years from ancient China to present day Los Angeles, and it's about two soulmates who keep reincarnating as doomed lovers. And it's based on real Chinese history. In 4 BCE, there was a Chinese emperor who fell in love with one of the men in his court, and he handed his whole kingdom to this boy. So much so that when they both died young and mysteriously, the first Han dynasty fell with them. And this first entry into what's supposed to be a trilogy covers 3 of their lifetimes together. And yeah, it's just it's gay boys being messy. That's why I always say across eons. And I get the romantasy. The reason why it got classified as romantasy is because in one of their lifetimes, one of the boys comes back as a male fox spirit, and fox spirits in Eastern mythology, particularly in Japanese, Korean, and Chinese mythology, fox spirits are sort of like our succubi. They're like these sexual spirits that, you know, am I allowed to cuss on this? They are sexual spirits that make love to you until you die. So let's put it that way.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
I like how he's being demure and mindful. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Where are my TikTok people?
I'm trying to be polite. I was at Steamy LitCon I think like now 2 weeks ago, and our panel was pretty spicy, but you know, I'm just trying to be polite. Yeah.
Billy has given us the green light to curse. She said that this is
boy.
Okay, so
if
fox spirits are tiny spirits that fuck you to death. So that's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds way more savage. I love it.
It does. It does.
Oh my gosh.
Who would like to tell us their microtropes and I guess series length next? If you know.
I'll go next. So my microtropes are who hurt you? One horse, but make it a dragon. Definitely knife to the throat between love interests. Got banter, definitely banter. Oh, I'm terrible. Enemies to lovers for sure. But so series length, it's going to be 3 books. I'm not counting out the possibility of a spin-off, but yeah, I'm currently working on the second book. I'm about just over halfway through it, so really excited to continue on the story. The first book really kind of sets up the whole plot and the whole series as a whole, and then the second book really just eats into it and gets going. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Sophie?
It's so nice because even if we don't know the tropes, readers will let us know what our tropes are when they tag, you know,
yes.
When they tag you and they're like, these are the tropes. And I was like, wait, I don't know about that trope. Okay. And then I was like, wait, you're right. It's there. Okay. I'm glad. Well, it's a arranged marriage, enemies to lovers, touch her and die vibes. I'm thinking, what else is everyone telling me? It was so interesting what you said, Olivia, because it's not so much a love triangle. What did you call it when it was not a love triangle? It's a
false love interest. It's actually
false love interest. I think it's more that than a love. Yes. And I like it. And there is a definite difference, right? Like the strong tropes we have, and then those micro tropes. Like I feel like the micro tropes are the ones that maybe I didn't code it in on purpose, but it ended up, it's just there. And then, you know, organically we wrote our story and we have these micro tropes, but definitely, I mean, I set the whole, I mean, it kicks off with an arranged marriage, and enemies to lovers. That's, I guess, the 2 big ones in mine.
All right. And Amalie, I know I asked this earlier and you confirmed that it was a duology, but please tell us about the microtropes.
Yeah, it's a 2 books for now, but I'm gonna hunt my editor down and force her to just buy spinoff after spinoff because I love her so much. Say that now. I'll put that in the universe. So I have like touch her and die vibes, just one forge. So we'll take it from one bed to a palace forge. You know, there's stuff like heating and cooling and heating. I'm sorry, that was too obvious. Forced proximity and secret identity is probably the last one. Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
I am too, and I'm sure our audience is as well.
Royalty is in there too.
Oh, I mean,
yeah, he's bastard prince.
I kind of feel like royalty and romantasy is like a given, and I'm not mad at it at all. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
but
I forgot. Mine's 2 books. I didn't mention that. I'm trying to mention it because I'm revising right now, book 2, and I want to cut my throat.
Please don't.
No.
Please don't. But speaking of like things that are common in like romantasy, what are your favorite elements to write? If this is something that you read, what are your favorite elements to read? And we can start with anybody.
I
mean, the romance, right? I mean, this is why we all kind of, and it's the driving force inside it's the heart of your book. But I do love like the world, because I think this is what really differentiates romantasy from paranormal or anything else. It's the world is its own character. And it's and everything inside of it is just like it's a reflection of either the real world or the way you want to see the real world. So I think that's my favorite thing about the romantasy. But it's the romance. It's definitely the tension and slow burn. Even though I love arranged marriages, and especially when it's enemies to lovers arranged marriages and reincarnated soulmates and like very hot forge scenes sound awesome. And dragon. One dragon. I mean, I love that.
Yeah. Look, I love just building a world that's got no bounds. You know, I love that freedom of being like, where do I want to go? Where do I, if I could go anywhere, where would I go? And, you know, just being able to disappear into this space where, you know, like in my book, they've got these dragons, when they die, they soar up into the sky, they curl up and they become moons. So the sky is littered with these dragon moons which are almost like tombstones. And I came up with that idea about 3 years ago. So like, you know, just living in that world for so long and being able to, you know, feel like I'm somewhere else when, you know, when real world there's a lot going on here, you know what I mean? So it's like just escaping and somewhere where the colors are different, everything's just so lush and rich. And, you know, I think what's really special as well about writing like fantasy, first and foremost, is that you get to kind of hold on to this completely different world yourself before you pass it on to anybody else. So you get to really just, you know, love on it as much as you can. But of course, then you add that romance in and it all becomes so heart-pounding exciting. And just actually getting into that new world with, you know, a romantic couple and being able to explore it together and like explore them together is so, just love it. I love it. Love it.
For me, you know, like I think that a lot of fantasy has its roots from like folklore, right? So and I think folklore, they're like a lot of folklore or fables or, you know, or these like, you know, oral tradition stories that humanity has told each other. I think these are often stories about fantastical creatures that are actually just stories about being human. I was mentioning about the fox spirit. So the middle timeline of my book in the 1700s, there's a lonely inn. So once again, this is like an incarnation. These are reincarnations of this emperor and his lover, right? So in the woods, there's this lonely innkeeper who runs an inn that no one ever stays at. We don't know why he's out there. And he's visited upon by a beautiful young man. And he knows this boy is a fox spirit. And he knows that fox spirits fuck you to death. But he is unable to resist him. And, you know, it's really because they were lovers. They're soulmates, but he does not know why exactly. But I was really interested to explore fox spirits because it's like succubuses. These are representations of sexuality, because usually fox spirits are depicted as women in Eastern folklore. And that's because, you know, the fact that they're sort of depictions of sexuality that the patriarchy fears, right? So that, you know, they can, and that's why they're depicted as women often. In my book, I was actually inspired by a real Chinese folktale, one of the few gay folktales in which, sure enough, an innkeeper is visited upon by a male fox spirit. And just being able to explore in subtext, like talking about, like having so much fun about, like, the thing about fox spirits that they're these beautiful people that have like 9 tails, and you know, what is it like to hook up with someone with 9 tails? Like, what do they do with all those tails?
I mean, who doesn't?
Wow.
Do you
I'm
have
sorry?
art for this? Do you have art?
Yes,
for this?
I
Because
do.
definitely
I
want
have
to-
art
to
for
see
yes.
this
I
picture.
will. I will DM you, Olivia.
Sure.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is that, like, it's so much fun to write fantastically because we are talking about very grounded human temptations, human emotions, but using just such a visual way to tell those stories. I think that's why I'm very happy that I accidentally wrote Romantasy. You know, it's a fun arena to play in for sure.
Wow, I love that answer.
Okay.
Who would like to go next?
I could go. I agree with that as well. Like, you know, just the whole like researching the different types of beings that you don't typically see in your normal romantasy or fantasy. So it's nice to see, obviously, as a BIPOC writer, just something that's like from, you know, my background, like I said, Persian, Indian, Middle Eastern. But, you know, like Olivia and Sarah, I love being able to create whole new realms with magical structures and rules, you know what I mean? Who wouldn't love to have magic? But like with everything worth having, there's a cost. And how you incorporate that into your story obviously makes it the tension and the angst and the, oh my God, what have I done? Or, oh my God, I'm not good enough. And, you know, to what Justinian said, it really relates back to humanity and the stuff that we deal with in the real world. And tying those things into conflict, self-realization, decision-making, and basically throwing my characters into the most hideous situations possible is very exciting to me. Yes, I have a God complex. And, you know, it's like, here's your God tier boss, folks. Good luck to you. Meanwhile, get with the banging in the back room. You'll be all right.
Love that.
Sophie?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want it. So much of it is what everybody has said. I've always felt as a writer, what's so great about creating these stories is that, you know, we're making the world, we're making this up, and we make the rules of this world, right? And in no other genre that I've written, and I've written in lots of genres, Romantasy is the one. It's the one that, you know, I think I could be the most wild. It's the one where like, you know, I've got, sure, there's an aphrodisiac, and sure, there's this, and sure, this is going to happen, and they're shape shifting, and, you know, and why? Because I said so, you know? And that's just it. Making the power you have as an author and writing a romantasy. And I will say, I was trying to explain a plot. It wasn't even it was of a romantasy to someone else. And the person I was talking to goes, this sounds really far-fetched. And I was like, well, it works, okay?
Yeah.
Far-fetched, but when
Escapism, come on.
Plausible. It's plausible because of the characterization, you know? And that's like Amalie said, that's, you know, there's always the humanity is there. These are, you know, as long as we're writing characters that are responding in real ways, they're fully fleshed out, they're nuanced, then that's what makes it work.
I also feel like even if you have the most implausible plot, like as long as you have rules, because once those rules are broken to your world, then that starts to lose any kind of authenticity. But if you have rules for your implausible situation, it suddenly becomes more concrete. I mean, that's how I would read that anyway.
Speaking of characters, let's talk about some of the wildest or craziest situations you've put them in. And how you, I guess not how you got them out, because we'll have to read for ourselves to figure that out.
I know, that's like spoilers.
Yeah, no.
I know, all my best ones are spoiler.
Well, I guess like maybe for like this could be about a book that you've written previously. And Justinian, I know like this is your first book, but if you have any previous manuscripts,
I'll
blanching
talk about the
away,
current
tease us
book.
with those, please.
I'll talk about the current book. Like the first timeline, which happens in 4 BC, which is based on this real emperor and his lover. It's not narrated by the emperor. It's actually narrated by the lowly palace worker who enters the endless palace with the ambition to seduce the emperor, right? And the thing about him is that he's a hot idiot. I guess that's my microtrope. He's like he's ambitious, but he knows he's not smart. He's been told his whole life he's not smart. He grew up with a stutter. He basically has some learning disabilities. And his father always looked down on him because of this. So he is desperate to prove something. And it's so much fun to see him sort of maneuver his way through the endless palace, because it's like there's endless traps around every corner, you know, and very Game of Thrones-esque, right? And the emperor's grandmother, he gets a lucky break. The emperor's grandmother hears about this like hot idiot like going around the endless palace, like hooking up with whatever minor official he can to try to get ahead, and she recruits him. But it's really, but he's like a mouse, she's like a cat. She basically just like conditions him and grooms him to be subservient to her. And there is a scene in my book on page 142 that people have told me they want to send their therapist bills to me about it, but I don't want to spoil too much about it. But it involves the grandmother's eunuch, and our main character, and a razor blade. So it's really, really fun to, yes, Lucky has read it. Thank you, Lucky. But it's fun to throw them into those things because I have to tell you, like, that stuff did happen in Chinese imperial China. Like people, you're there to serve the emperor, whether it is strategically, whether it's physically, whether it's sexually. So it makes sense in the context, right? And it's also just a metaphor that, you know, like he's going through something very dangerous, hence a razor blade. Yeah.
I threw my main character into a very cringy sex scene since we are adults here. But because I find in romantasy, or in romance in general, I mean, the sexual act is always like amazing, and the main character, I mean, it's always amazing. You never have like this very awkward moment where things go wrong. I was like, let's make it go let's make it a little real, like for once. And I know a ton of people have told me, well, wow, that sex scene, I mean, it made me so uncomfortable. It just because it is like not, you know, what romance readers are expecting. And I mean, it was definitely planned that way. So it's not something that just came off the page. I mean, there's a reason for it, but I find that when you put your characters in a complicated situation involving sharp objects or not very performing counterparts, it shows like the character of your, it shows builds the character of your character. Oh my God, I need to find new words. Sorry, I'm supposed to be an author, but I cannot think. But it's hard exercise for us as authors, because I mean, except for Amalie, who likes to, you know, make everything hard on her characters all the time.
I give them some good stuff sometimes. I allow them to have orgasms.
That's the important
in very hot forges. I don't know what that looks like. But it's a fun exercise as an author to write those scenes that are not, you know, the easiest scenes to write, just because they're less what you see in everyday life. They're part of your story anyway. So yeah,
I think that's what my protagonist is, the royal whipping girl, which there is loose research about that they existed, royal whipping girls and royal whipping boys, because the royal family, those children, their offspring would have been, you know, divinity essentially. So they would want them punished, but nobody could lay hands on, you know, a divine being. So they would have, the idea is that this royal whipping girl or boy is brought up since infancy with the children and treated as a sibling, and is schooled with them and educated and dressed finely and really treated like a sibling, loved, because that's the only way they will feel bad when, oh, I'm being punished, but this girl over here is getting flogged for it and getting whipped for it. And it was a little, I didn't have any problem with doing that to my character. I like writing underdogs. I like them to start from a certain place. But there was some like just really trying to establish that this position is a position of honor. Like it's been fed into her so much. That's part of her, this is a position of honor. And when all these kids are growing up, I'm going to be granted my quote unquote freedom and allowed, a position of prestige in the kingdom for my service to the crown. And they love me, and that's mom and that's dad who said I had to get whipped for, my sister's dumb shit, Yeah. Even though it made me think, like I had 2 older brothers and when I would cry whenever they got spanked. See, I'm definitely of a different generation. Spankings happened. I don't know. But I remember I have early memories sitting, and it wasn't, my dad usually faked spanked just to satisfy my mother. Like now I'm showing my need for therapy. But remember my brother getting spanked and crying out to me for help, but he really wasn't hurt. He was just doing it, like exaggerating it, like help. And I would cry so much that I felt so bad about it. And I don't know, maybe that stuck with me. Guys, I just untapped that. I forgot all about that until sitting here. Maybe that's where the royal whipping girl came from. My experience is watching my brothers get in trouble.
Do you see what Romantasy does for you?
I know.
It's
I love that.
It's healing.
To all these fields,
healing.
And then there's the orgasms.
I know, right?
It's an outlet for our madness, right? All our and personal trauma and God knows what else we carry around.
Yes.
Generational trauma.
That's right. We just
for
poured
sure.
in.
I think we who write romance. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you
please.
go. Go. You go.
I think that we who write romance, we sort of accept that when you write romantically, especially if you write spicy romance, like you're going to sort of a contract with your reader that you're going to have to, that the reader and their baggage is going to be reading your book with you, like it's very interesting for sure to be able, because like America was founded on very puritanical ideals, and then like yes, spiciness is the rage right now, and our publishers are very happy that we write spicy, but it's interesting the way people react to erotic truth when you're writing it, right? So it's been an interesting experience. The reason why my book was so spicy was because everyone told me that no one would ever buy a book with all Asian romantic leads. So I just wrote it as like a fun diary, and I wrote it during the pandemic lockdown. So, and I did not have anyone in my romantic bubble, so the book was my boyfriend, which is why it became so spicy. But yeah, it's been a very interesting debut year for sure. Like having talking about therapy, having basically my own therapy. Like I wrote this book to sort of heal myself as growing up as a queer person of color in America, right? And now it's out there to be like mass consumed. So it's been very interesting. It's a very interesting time. Yes.
It's funny because in college I studied Asian Lit was one of my majors, and the Tale of Genji and all the Chinese court affairs. I mean, it is like I loved it. I mean, it was like a telenovela, but like it was great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited to read your book. Like really.
Yeah, me too.
That succubus with the 9 tails. No, I'm kidding. But I'm really excited to read the whole thing. Not just
I appreciate it.
Can't wait to be traumatized by that other scene on 122.
Send me your bill.
Yeah, I shall.
you want to?
Oh, I think
hang
on. I think I've probably missed the last question, so I'll go ahead and answer that one too. I think the most strange situation I put my characters. I mean, I feel like Rave, my main character, she's very much wakes up in the morning and is like, what now? So I really quite love to just throw curveballs. But there is one scene in particular where she sort of ends up where two males are battling for her hand, I guess, and she's like, not today. And she goes in and she's like, I will battle for myself. And it's very much she has to this particular person to, you know, win this battle. So yeah, I love just throwing massive curveballs at myself, really, and then going, okay, what's gonna happen here? We'll see. So yeah.
Were these curveballs planned in your outline, Sarah, or
Look,
did you throw it off your outline?
I'm very much a planner, but that particular area was, I'm not going to lie, a complete curveball. I got there and I was like, okay, we're doing this. All right. Completely unexpected. So, yeah.
I'm just going to toss out that in the love scene, since Olivia started it, where she's being divergenized, and it's pleasant. There's some moments in it where, you know, obviously the male main character is taking his time with her. She doesn't really tell him. So I love that when he's like, I could have been more gentle. And yeah, okay, whatever. He's still very like careful of her, but there's an omniscient shadow god in the background in her head. So imagine having sex for the first time with this boy that, you know, this man you really like, and then there's this voice in your head of your fated mate somewhere else.
Wow.
Shivers.
Yeah.
Very relatable.
I've got Sarah's book. I'm just missing all of your books. So I'm hoping that I can get some.
Oh my God, Sarah, I read your book the minute it came out. I swear to God, it was so unique. I loved it. Loved it.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. And Olivia, I read yours too. Like literally. Okay. I have not read Justinian's, and I can't wait to read Sophie's New Dragon.
Amalie, when do arcs float out for your book?
Like it should be anytime now.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
I
Yeah,
need
put us
them.
on the
All of our
list.
TBRs just got
Yeah, right?
substantially larger.
I'm putting off writing right now. All I want to do is read. So please send my way.
It's so like that's such therapy though, right? When you get that moment,
Yes.
if you're between deadlines and you're like, I need this book, I'm gonna read it right away.
Yeah. And I think it's really
Yeah.
good for our brains also because we're always in this
100%.
creative.
Oh no, I get stabby. I'm like, God damn, Sarah Parker, stop writing so nicely. Ugh.
So
Read back. Should we answer these questions?
I
like,
know.
again?
Should we continue?
Should we? Yeah, I see
Yeah,
them.
we could continue.
All right.
Yep.
Well, she had like what inspires you to write. I think that's probably
Oh,
something,
yeah.
since we're all
And
talking
and
about
some of our writing habits too, right? Isn't
Yes.
that, we can kind of tie that together.
yeah.
So
All
what
right.
inspires everyone to write their stories?
Oh, well, we've already covered it's our
Sadness,
therapy, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
our release, our therapy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Therapy. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, it's just looking around, reading other books, watching
Yep.
the world media, like everything
Mhm.
just like triggers something. It's hard to contain ideas sometimes, right? Like you get ideas, I'm sure, all the time, and then you got to filter the good ones, right? The ones that are doable and workable, and go from there. I'm curious. I'd love to hear everybody's little like writing pattern, your day. So mine evolves. Like I used to strictly be like laptop. Then I had like one of those Alpha Smarts where I would write on that and then transfer it to the Word. And now, y'all, look what I do now. This is insane. I'm going to share this. Okay. So on my iPad, I downloaded Notability, and I have like, I handwrite all these themes.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm back to writing in longhand, and I don't know,
Oh
I'll
my
write in
gosh.
longhand,
Yeah.
and there's just something satisfying. I can hear the scratch. It has like sound effects, like I can hear the scratching. And then
Wow.
so that's sort of like first draft writing for me. Like I'll do it on using the Notability app, and then that'll be first draft, and then I'll do transfer it.
That is so cool. I love that. It's like really, yeah, that's cool.
I heard
Awesome.
that uses a different part of your brain too. Like if you get stuck in writer's block, I always go to longhand, and that kind of it releases
good
something. I don't know what
tips.
it is in your brain.
It feels like journaling almost, but it's in your story, in your world.
Yeah.
I will say I feel like there's more in there that I don't use everything.
Yeah.
Like,
but it gets
sometimes
you
I'm scared
flowing
away.
again, which is really good.
Well, they
Mm.
say when you actually form the words, you commit them to memory. I just saw that somebody asked us a question, and I was
we have
we
questions
should
in the
answer
chat.
it. What is some
We have a
advice
bunch.
for an aspiring author who is looking to get published? Never give up. Never.
100%, yeah.
And those 1-star reviews, this
don't
means
even read them.
Yeah.
You're the
They're
chief
not for us.
something. You're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and
never
like
give up.
write, and don't chase trends. Just write what write what delights you, because that will come through. And that's, I mean, like my favorite. I mean, my favorite feedback is when people say he clearly had a good time writing it, which doesn't necessarily come to a 5-star review, I have to say. But I love that they can detect I got a kick out of writing it because I was bored and trying to entertain myself, right? And I literally was just like, what's the most like crazy thing that could happen next, right? And but see, I'm not saying that's the way you should write. That's what delights me as somebody who consumes.
That's a great
content.
prompt. Like, what is the? So I've been stuck writing in draft form, and someone has asked me, "Well, what can't happen? What is the one thing that cannot happen?" And then I'll say, "Well, this can't happen." And then that writer friend looks at me and she goes,
Force yourself to
obviously
write that. Yeah,
that's what I have to write. Yes, I have to write the thing that I think can't happen.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like the other advice is because I've been asked this before, especially by sometimes teens, like, well, my idea is already written about, or there's a book about it already out there. I mean, my first book in like 2011 was about vampires and witches, and Twilight was huge. I still wrote it because I loved the, writing about magic and writing about, vampires who like, bit you, sexy vampires. Okay, I'll stop. But you know what I mean? Like your voice is what's going to make it your story super unique, and so don't like not write just because something else is out there. All art isn't original. That's what the saying is, something like that.
I think Picasso said originality is when you know how to hide your sources, or something like this.
Oh, that's cool.
Your inspiration.
Or something like that. But basically, I think for an aspiring author, also read everything that's out there, because you think it's going
your
to
genre that you want to
influence
write
you,
in.
but it's actually going to open your eyes and see what you love as a reader, but also what the world is reacting to and loving.
Write what you love, write what you know, write what you love, because that's when you find your voice.
The write what you know. I remember wanting to write when I was from an early age and wasn't yet there. But I remember people hearing the write what you know, and I remember that letting that cripple me. Like, because at 20, I didn't feel like I knew anything.
What do you know at 20?
What do I know? I was like, so 20. I haven't had
It's so true.
I'm woefully, sadly, unfortunately, at 20, romantically, deficient. So I was like, what do I write? But now I understand when someone says write what you know. Well, hell, we're all writing Romantasy. Obviously, we didn't live that life exactly, but we know like the emotions. Like if really at 20, if what I was experiencing was a lack of knowledge, if I was experiencing angst or unrequited love or whatever, that's what I know. And that's what I should have, that's what you can write about. You can still write about those. You understand grief or loss or rejection or longing, those things, write those things in any genre you want to be writing in. Write those things that you are super close to.
To echo Sophie, like, I'm right now, you have your whole life to write your debut novel. Like I'm writing my second book is due in a month, and I spent so much of this summer, like basically being like, I need to stay in my room and finish this book. And I realized that had very diminishing returns. What I had to do was I had to go out and experience things and talk to people and meet interesting people and be in situations that weren't comfortable necessarily. Yes, open my mind. I'm actually, I'm a bit of an introvert. So, but to write to write compelling story, you need to be out there and feel other people's energy. And so like it's like it's kind of conflicting advice. Like the number one advice that aspiring writers get is you just got to write your book, but no, you got to live and like think critically about like your experiences of living and how did it make you feel, right? Ultimately, great writing just makes you feel. So how do you put that on a page and help other people feel these emotions that you felt in these situations that inspired you to write? Yeah.
I think the hardest book I've ever written is when I put so much pressure on myself. It was actually my previous series, the first series that I pushed out in Romantasy was my Crystal Bloom series. It was the second one of that. And I spent 3 months not leaving the house. Literally, I did not step out the front door. I was working 17 plus hours a day. I was sleeping on this couch right beside me. I would have like 30-minute power naps, crack my computer back open, keep going. I was energy drinks, coffee, you name it, just I was not existing. And I had helpers here helping me, like my husband and my mother-in-law helping with the kids to get them off to school and everything. And I was just not existing. I did not exist. So I stepped out of the house, I think 3 days after I finished, I uploaded it and I didn't recognize myself anymore. And it was so unhealthy. It was so unhealthy. So with Moon, I didn't tell anybody I was writing a story. They said, I'm just going to love the story as much as I can. I'm not going to give myself any deadlines. I'm just going to immerse myself in this world. But I also set myself boundaries. So I was working, I would go, okay, I'm going to do this each day. Once I hit that, I stop. I take my hands off the computer. I don't go back to it. I stop. Yeah. And doing that allowed me the space to go, okay, I can actually go out. I can breathe the air. I can take my dog for a walk. I can just live. I can watch a show in the evening. And, that I think allowed me to like creatively flourish. And I think it is important, like to breathe, to allow your creativity to breathe and to not sort of, just to not forget to fertilize the soil, I guess. So yeah, that would be my advice, would be to just, don't forget to live. We've got to live to be able to continue creating. You just got to fertilize that soil.
It's exactly that, Sarah. I feel like if not, the readers will also feel it, that you're burning out, basically. You're burning your creativity out. You're burning your energy out. And you definitely, I need to learn to do that a little bit better. I'm still learning. And we were talking about like work habits, but I think I work better at night, which is really not the greatest thing, but I find that's when the world is a little bit more quiet, and I like to do things during the day because I think my body needs to move to see people. And I'm like you, I have kids, so it's just like, it's a little crazy. I don't know what
I'll do the opposite of that. I get up at 4 a.m. if I'm on deadline, and I go from 4 to 7. And then, my last is a sophomore in high school. So that's a little bit different. But I find like I get kind of bogged down more with social media and other stuff. Although I did, for the first time in my career, hired a social media manager because I can't stand it. But, and that's really helpful. That's helped to like free up a lot of my time. But yeah. We have some other questions. Do we have time to get to them? Like, I think there's only like a couple minutes left. There was one about
you can go over if you guys are okay with going over, says the voice from the darkness.
The omniscient voice.
I could do a little bit. I could do a little
She's
bit.
back.
Yeah.
Preet's back. Okay.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
You're okay. We've just been nattering.
And I love that because I kept being able to get back on and I could see you guys talking and I could hear, but then it's technology. Have you guys been able to answer the questions that our participants have been asking?
I'm reading one right now.
Question.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, Sophie, you go.
I was going to read one. Do you want me to read one? From Carla. On the spicy topic, is in the Romantasy genre, do you feel the need to make the spicy parts extra creative, like using the powers or non-human body parts, etc.? And if yes, what's the most creative thing you've done? So I guess not just human sex. We kind of, I feel like some of us touched on that,
right?
Yes, the answer is yes, because
Nine
why
tails.
not? Yeah, why not? 9 tails.
9 tails. What the heck?
Monster smut is the next thing,
Yeah, it's
apparently.
awesome.
It is very
No,
much
no,
so.
that says
Which is
momster
hilarious.
smut. That's my whole life right there. Momster smut.
Monster smut. Oh my God, I'm
Monster
obsessed
smut.
I
with
know it's
that.
a
That's
typo, but that was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Who says
I
it
mean,
has to be a type?
Yeah.
The
I
new
feel like
microchip.
I feel like fill like justify the justify the genre, I guess. I there's no in the Chinese classic folk tales about fox spirits, they don't say that they do special things with their tails. But I was like, wouldn't they though? Like
Creative
that's,
liberty
there.
is a
that's
lovely
like
thing.
that's like 9 more appendages.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you?
This is
What is
9
the point then?
opportunities.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, what is the point then of all those tales? But I had a lot of fun with that for sure.
And I think if there's a power that, because I don't want to spoil everything, my book isn't even out yet, but if they have a power and that informs all of who they are, wouldn't it come into play in that moment? It just feels like if we didn't include it in some way, it feels like we didn't do the job.
We have magical shackles. We have magical shackles. Everybody likes a bit of that.
Yeah, I've
We've
seen
got
movies
like
that-
starlight explosions of climaxes.
Look, I feel like some of the best scenes come out of the blue where you're like, I wasn't anticipating writing this, but here we are, and look at these are all the things that I've got here to play with, and oh, here we go. It's certainly it's fun.
Oh, shadow daddies all day long. That's I love that trope. Just saying.
I went to
that was in the comments.
So I wrote a crow shifter book. I did go research how crows mated, but I mean they never do it in their animal form, but I did go research it for research's sake, and you learn a lot of interesting things out there. And
dude,
so true, because it's very odd. I urge you to go research it. At least it'll make your search history so
like
much
crows.
It's very there's nothing that dangles, right? There's no tails. Well, there are tails, but
did you know that duck penises are corkscrews?
No.
Okay, that what? Yeah, I'm just
and cat penises are barbed.
And cat penises
We're gonna have interesting dreams tonight.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's talk about research because
derail.
Yeah.
Research. What are some of the wildest things that you've researched, like while you were writing your book? Just that rabbit hole that like you went down, and now like you
how to get rid of a body without anyone ever knowing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it does feel like we're all being watched after, I've researched poisons and, definitely I'm on someone's watch list, I'm sure. Nothing better ever happened to my husband because I'm suspect number 1.
How quickly does someone bleed out if they're cut in a certain place?
I researched what like classic Chinese literotica called like penises and vaginas, and which is fruits. Like they that's why there's a peach on my cover.
Oh, there's one of your Easter eggs right there.
There we go.
Nice bite out of
it.
Yeah. In fact, the half-bitten peach, which is this beautiful phrase in Mandarin, it's a euphemism for saying someone's gay. And yes, it's supposed to evoke that image, right? Like a nice butt with a bite taken out of it. Yeah.
There was a scene.
So that was a lot of fun too.
In a book.
I'm sorry.
There was a scene with a peach in a gay romance that I read a long time ago. That was beautiful. That happened on, I think, in a Greek island. Forgot
and
what.
Call Me by Your Name.
Yes,
there's that
that's
peach
the one.
scene. Yes.
That's the one, and it was a very marking scene.
Yeah. So it's funny because like I got a lot of people really upset that I used fruits for sexual metaphors, but it's historically accurate. Okay,
that makes me feel so much better because I've used a fruit metaphor also.
As you should. I mean, fruits are sexual organs of trees. Like it's actually correct to associate them with our own bits.
Great. I feel so much better.
What was your fruit
I'm
metaphor?
glad, Sophie.
Which one was your fruit metaphor, Sophie? I want to know.
I'm trying to, I think it was peaches. I do think it was peach, which is weird. So maybe there's some core knowledge memory there that was unlocked. I don't.
We're going through fruit therapy here, guys.
Right.
We're all
God.
writers.
Fruit
We're
smut.
picking out fruit
Fruit
trees.
smut. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's amusing.
Do you guys want to talk about yourselves a little bit? I mean, I know that everybody loves to hear about your books because they want to read them if they haven't already read them. But like a little bit, I guess, on a personal level, kind of about like who has inspired you, or kind of like what are some of your favorite books? One of my favorite questions to ask is, you know, we want to stay, you know, like within the law, but if you could, without breaking any laws, get one book autographed on your shelf, what would that book be and by who?
If I could get a scorching hot Time Lord to do my bidding, I'd get my copy of The Hobbit that is from like 1970
Oh, yeah.
something
Oh, wow.
by Tolkien, because that and he was also a huge inspiration in terms of world building, especially for fantasy, because his work is obviously chef's kiss. So that would be me. And if anybody knows a sexy Time Lord, I'm, you know, just slide into my DMs.
Yeah. And also, if you have managed to get the power of teleportation, please hit me up. There's a lot of book events that I want to do. I'm a dork.
I think Oscar Wilde. I mean, I'm with you on like going back in time to like get some of these. I guess in the contemporary also. I mean that, but I feel like nowadays I reach out to everyone I love.
Right.
And I try to meet them somewhere in the world. I mean, readers are as much fans as I mean, I would imagine that everyone feels that way, at least about another author. Doesn't have to be about all authors.
It is. It's like when we immediately discover a new to us author and we love them, the first thing I do is follow them, reach out, get in their, you know, comments and let them know how much I love it. It doesn't feel so. Authors, I mean, here we all are. We don't feel so elusive anymore. I remember growing up, you know, actually writing a few handwritten letters to, I don't know, author X, someone's book I read and loved, and they had a PO box, and I did it. God, I really so dated myself. But that's, you know, I grew up reading Johanna Lindsay, who's passed away, right? And long time, you know, Harper author, and she was very elusive. She lived in Hawaii. She never like surfaced and never came. Like, I don't know. I think the last events she did was maybe in the early 90s or 80s, long before I was out and about. So I never met her, never saw her. I would have loved it. I loved medieval romances. I have a lot of like, that's my id. So I think that's why also I love fantasy so much, because you know, it's got medieval vibes to it. And, you know, the whole awkwardness of a wedding betting ceremony, which I have like in my book, like that's just like in my veins from those early Lindsay books, I think. There was one book, and it wasn't a Lindsay book. I can't remember. Amalie, you might remember. There was a medieval romance somebody wrote. In Romancelandia, people will know it, where like she drugged him because she didn't want to, you know, consummate the marriage. She didn't want to have sex with him. And she's like, but I have to have evidence of blood. So like the maid brought her a little bit of pig's blood, but she went crazy with the pig's blood, and it just went like all over the room. She was nuts with it. It was like on the ceiling. And when he woke up, he was like, my God, I've killed this woman. What did I do? Like,
oh my God, I don't even remember that. That's awesome.
I'm gonna like somebody in our comments, but it's like those little memories of moments. It's definitely embedded in my DNA.
I feel like we were so lucky, before, well, especially even before COVID, when you went to these big events and you met other authors that were amazing and they were nice in the hallways. Like I met Anne Rice before she died, and she asked me about my first book, and I literally couldn't even talk. I couldn't even talk about my book. I was just like, I love
Anne
you.
Rice so much.
Oh my God, it was insane. You know, Terry Brooks, Lisa Kleypas, Julia Quinn, Beverly Jenkins, like all these people, you meet them and they're so wonderful and just, you know, and
that's amazing.
The first time I met Sophie was hilarious. We were at this teen event. It was probably in 2012, I would say. And she's like, we're running across her. They said like last call on something, and she's like, Cosmos for everyone. I'm like, I love
It
her.
must have been booze.
I need to be
my
friends right away.
That paints a picture of me, but yes, those.
What?
I'm
I was
glad
following right behind you.
it was probably an open bar too, but
It was.
I'm glad to see.
This is an adult panel.
Yeah, like events are fully returned. You know, like watching. I wasn't at Steamy Lit Con. I wish I was. I saw all.
It
of
was
the-
so much fun. We should all go
was.
next year. It was such a vibe. It was such a good.
Wait,
Yeah, it
a
was so much fun.
Polycon this year. Who's going to a
Yep.
Polycon? At least we all meet. No?
Mhm.
I don't think
I'm
so.
doing
When
my
is it?
very first Rare event. I've never been to Rare before, and I
Oh,
thought if there was ever an excuse to go abroad, I'm
Yep.
good. You know, I'd coincide it with a Rare event. So I'm excited.
I'm
It's
gonna do
really
Rare Australia next year.
Yeah.
Yay.
I went to my
I
first
get
Steamy
at.
Lit
Oh,
last year, and honestly, it was a wonderful event. I have never seen so many BIPOC authors in one place and BIPOC readers. I volunteered. It was a wonderful event.
It was
I
awesome.
this year, but wasn't able to go. A Polycon is also very well run, very well put together. Rare as well is very well put together
Oh,
and
good.
and they're all excellent, excellent events.
Yeah.
I'm so glad as well that events are back. I have spent the last
Oh, that's so fun.
22 years, I feel like, traveling across the country and the planet to get my fix of romance community. So
Yeah.
to have, like Bookstore Romance Day, to have panels like this, to have events and everything, it's just wonderful.
It's so great at bringing the whole community together, it's just
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we heard from you, Sarah, and from you, Justinian, about a book that you would love to have signed, that you would, yes, break the laws of physics for.
I think my copy of Aragon, it was my introduction to
yeah.
dragons and fantasy, and
Mm.
my parents didn't have a lot of money, and they got me these books, and obviously after I finished the first one, they got me the second one. It was this big thing, and I chewed through them so quick, and I felt so bad, but they just fed this passion for me, and just love those books so much. And yeah, so it would be that for sure.
Jackie Collins. I used to steal. I have this very fabulous aunt, and she had all of Jackie Collins' books, and I used to steal them when I was a teenager and read them. It's kind of funny now that my editor was her assistant, like her last assistant. My second book, which comes out in fall 2025, is actually me in Jackie Collins drag. It's me trying like to write a Jackie Collins frothy romance. So that's
love
gonna be
it.
a lot. Yeah, it's very different.
I
Like,
love it.
Endless Pals is anguish. This is like bitchy gay brunch. It's a very different tone.
Love it.
But as for someone who's alive, I get asked probably once every couple weeks if I'm Anna Huang's brother, which which is problematic for sure. Although it's always done in a very kind, sweet way. And she was in the same room as me at SimulatCon, and I kept. Whenever I had a moment, I would go over, but she was always so busy. And then I didn't really have a lot of moments either. And I would go over it being like, hey, I'm your long lost brother. But you're too busy.
Oh my goodness. Let's see here. What other personal questions did I have? I think it was more along the lines of, what do you need around you? Like when you're writing, is there a particular time of day, beverages, snacks? Can you write at home? Can you write outside?
I have a graveyard of drinks around me always. There's a bit of everything. There's coffee, there's tea, there's fizzy water, there's juice.
Yes.
And then I end up with all these empty chalices. But for me, it's definitely, I've got my earphones there just in case I need some music. I don't know if anyone else here listens to music when they write.
Definitely.
I like
Playlist.
some instrumentals.
Yeah.
Playlist. Yes, absolutely.
I start my day with an iced coffee, and it's I've had to I think I've been getting too stressed where I don't, I'm I need to limit my caffeine. So I'm so sad about that, because I think before I was just limitless iced coffee all day. And I'm I can't do that to myself anymore. So it's the 1 in the morning. It's the best time of day now, that iced coffee in the morning. And then I'm just, drinking water afterwards. So boring, but I try to write the best with the iced coffee. So the best stuff possible.
Yeah, I'm like Sarah, graveyard of, I love my drinks either really hot or really cold. So I have Stanley cups, Yeti mugs, I have the whole thing. And it's like, I mean, anyone who comes into my office is always checking around my desk because it is like I think you said it perfectly, the graveyard of drinks. And then at night, since I love to write at night, I love having just one glass of wine and writing, and I feel like it really it helps also, just helps loosen up, and it's really like one glass, not the bottle. Sometimes. No, I'm kidding. No, really,
Diminishing
it's
returns.
Bottle.
Yes.
Like half the bottle.
After the first glass.
they
Yeah,
say
the
right
one
but
glass.
drunk, but edit sober, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I do the
I haven't
opposite.
tried that.
I like to edit a little tipsy because I'm like, oh, that could be worded better, you know. So, but no. I definitely, you know, I only started writing full time after I got my second book deal. It's so true. I'm so hydrated now compared to when I had like a corporate job. I drink so much fizzy water. But I guess it's a really good thing. Yes. And definitely having Spotify on. Every character gets their own music. So yeah. Scented candle.
I have one coffee. Oh, you have a scented candle. Wow, that's nice.
Yes.
I have like one
Ambiance.
coffee. My lovely manservant husband of 24 years brings it up to me in my bedroom. So I sit on my bed because, hey, why write when you have a lovely desk at an office? I write on my bed because it's awful. But that's when, if I get up super early, and then I force myself to walk around. So I don't have many snacks and stuff at my desk. I force myself to get up like almost every hour just to stretch my legs.
Okay, I want to know, you get up at 4, you're writing from 4 a.m.? Like,
Yeah.
do you stay up late also to write?
No, I'm not a night person. I used to be when I was in my 20s and going out, but not anymore. I'm more focused in the morning. So I go to bed, I'll probably be in bed by 9.
You're to bed early, up early.
Yeah. If I'm on deadline. If I'm just writing like for funsies, which is rare. Oh, he brought his
When are you
pet.
not
I'm
on
gonna get my pet.
Aw.
So someone
Get
asked to
mine.
see pets.
Yeah.
This is the most
Aw.
constant. This is the most constant in my writing. Like he's always at my feet, like staring at me, being like, "When can we play? When are you going to feed me?" But this is Swagger,
He's
my
beautiful.
uncredited co-author.
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna show you
I
something.
love it.
Oh my God.
My
He just
dog
got a
is very
haircut.
big. She's one.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I do the
An
same.
Australian Shepherd. I know.
Oh,
Oh my darling.
babies.
So I have no
Little
pets, but
people.
our bookstore is dog friendly. We have boxes of dog treats. We have like
That's so great.
we have like 2 dogs in the store on any given day, and like I recognize customers by their dogs. So like when they come in without their dogs, I'm like, you were really familiar, but I can't place you. But
Aw.
it's one of my favorite perks of being a bookseller is
This is
getting.
my other one. She's 12.
Oh,
She has
wow.
no teeth. She'll try to kill you. She has no teeth in her mouth.
Oh my god!
Oh, love
But
them.
you guys for sharing
I talked
your
to a
family.
dog. Come here, Ray. Winston. Now they're playing hard to get.
Preet, I'm gonna have to go. I have my own
Yes, I have to
little
go
one
too.
here looking at me, and
I am so sorry, you guys.
dogs,
But
I'm
thank you
trying
guys for
No,
doing
this
this.
was
I know
lovely.
It was
Billy
really
thanked
great.
you.
But
sponsors.
it was an awesome panel, and I loved meeting all of you. It almost feels like it's real life, but now I
It
need to
does.
meet you all in real life.
Yes,
Yes,
really
we'll have to
quickly, I'm going
find
to
each
try and
other.
find our sponsor so we can thank them one last time.
Yes.
Billy has sent an email that had like the order that it would.
I can do this part. I have them memorized because I've been emailing with them a lot.
Excellent.
Unsurprisingly. Hi, everyone. This is Billy from Bookstore Romance Day again. Just wanted to thank all of our authors for being here. Thank Prett for being our lovely moderator. Thank everyone in the audience for coming. And thanks to our publisher sponsors, Harlequin Trade, Avon, Epic Reads, Source Books, Bloom Books, Bramble, and St. Martin's Press Romance. And thank you also to Libro FM, who is providing all of the authors with audiobook credits, as well as all of our moderators, and an audiobook credit bundle to one attendee from each of our virtual panels over the weekend. So thank you all. Have a great night, and
Thank you.
to see
Thanks,
you
everyone.
again.
Can we give Billy a round of
Thank you,
applause
everyone.
for
Thank you,
putting all of this
Billy.
together?
Thank you
And
so much. And
Thank you,
thank you, Preet,
guys.
for moderating.
Guys.
Good
So
night.
wonderful
Thank
to
you for
see you all.
moderating, Preet.
And your books, send me